Greetings shed friends and welcome to my psychedelic freakout. Yeah. Just trying to be cocky. I thought, yeah, I'll get this log. No. Come on, fuck ya. Alright, we're about to give this its first start. I promise I have not tried to start it before. I've kicked it over for compression tests. But this is the first time with fuel and a plug cap on that we're going to try and start it. And currently we have a maximum temperature there of 18 degrees. So it's cold. It's cold. Nothing's been done. We're going to try. We're going to try first kick. This is just in case it does start first kick. I don't think it's going to start. But let's see what happens. So, definitely neutral. Fuel on, key on, because sometimes I forget that. Okay, that should be top dead center, that should be over. Yep, alright. First kick. Speedo's wrong. Fuel. Oh no. Ah, you dumbass. You dumbass. Oh no! Oh no! Shit! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh no. Yeah. So I've just been pushing this bike home because no throttle. That's awesome. Heaps awesome. Yep. God damn it. Anyway, it runs. That's way heaps positive. Only a couple of blocks left to go. Pushing 130 kilos of stupidity up hills. But the good thing about uphills is there's downhills. So it's 50-50. Well, that sucked. yeah, I just pushed that like 3Ks. Luckily half of it was downhill. On the flip side of that, half of it was uphill. Yeah. Anyway, good first ride. So the reason for my walk of shame was that 2 little screws had come out, had vibrated their way loose, maybe because I didn't tighten them up. I don't remember loosening them, so I kind of don't feel like that's the case. But anyway, my memory's a blur. Yeah, so plate came up and the little retainer thing popped off and the cable came out of that. So yep, that was the only reason for me to push my bike 3Ks home. Now that everything is fixed and ready to try and run again, let's go for ride number 2. Okay, so remember how I had leaky crank seals? And leaky crank seals often lead to a lean condition. And I've been talking about how I've been running this bike with some pretty large vacuum leaks without a care in the world. And you probably might have thought, what an idiot. Like, that is not cool, man. You can't just go and do that. But see this thing here? I've used it to check my tuning. Well, to see if everything's been on par for yeah, and if anything it was reading rich with those leaks. It's now reading a little bit leaner than it was, but so far everything seems pretty good. But we're not running real well at the moment, despite being, I think it needs to be richened up a bit, because it's I've had a bit of a think about it, and I've decided I'm not going to muck around with the VM38 round slide carby on there anymore. It's not running right, it's not tuned right. Why don't I just muck around with the TM38? I did a little eyeball fit and it had looked very interference, so I'm going to take just a little nibble here and a little nibble there. I'm just gonna make it fit. I'm gonna get this carburetor, this brand new carburetor, flat slide carburetor, TM38, into the bike. In an attempt to try and get this carburetor, this TM Mikuni, to fit into the 465 frame, I originally had it mocked up and set up wrong. I had this little piece in here and then had this bend out of it, so it sat a bit taller, and it was never ever going to fit under the top tube. I then realized, oh yeah, you just take this bit out. This bit's not supposed to be in there. This elbow is supposed to be in there instead. To save a bit of extra height, I machined 3mm off the top here. I've also ground the back face back to try and clear the frame. We took 0.5 mm off this surface. We have then also
machined this top surface down 1.5 millimeters, and we've machined this down 1 millimeter at the top there. It had plenty of opening clearance. I didn't want to go too deep into it, but also wanted to make sure everything was good. So we should have picked up around about 5 millimeters of clearance all around. So hopefully we don't have to do anything to the frame. I'm going to have a crack at trying to install it and see what happens. So it turns out a Mikuni TM38 with 5 millimeters taken out of that throttle cable area will clear an IT465 by about 7 millimeters. So if I hadn't have done all that stuffing around to make it clear, it'd still clear by 2 millimeters. So I must have eyeballed it a bit funny when I was looking along and looking at it. I could have sworn even this top plate was going to hit the back of that top frame tube. Yeah, turns out all I had to do was take out that little screw-in throttle cable piece that was in the top of it originally. That was it. That was all that needed to be done. Yeah, so it fits, and hopefully it works good. I took this for a little quick run after installing the carby yesterday, just to see how it was tuned, and it was tuned really good, and it ran like the clappers. And I got home and it was excessively hot. So unfortunately I didn't film it because it wasn't going to be like a proper ride or anything, and I regret not filming it now. So let's see if I've killed it. Let's see if it'll start. Let's see if it still runs good. Let's see why it got stupid hot. Jesus. I forgot how bad the brakes are, and the suspension. Yeah, that noise, that to me sounds like detonation. But I'm no expert. Is it just normal? Is that what it's supposed to sound like? It doesn't always sound like it. Yep, that's hot. Ooh, squeaky chair. Swap these chairs. Still squeaky. So we obviously have a bit of a problem there. It's getting really hot. It's starting to detonate, and it's starting to detonate very early. It runs pretty nicely when it's stone cold, but once it starts to get some warmth in it, it just turns to crap, and we get detonation. Well, what I
I assumed was detonation. I've since discussed with a very smart man from the internet. He was very helpful with me, and I will give a link to his wonderful Facebook page down in the description thing, the thing that is down there somewhere. I can't see it, but you can clearly, obviously, unless you're like full screen. You'll have to minimize your screen and scroll down a little bit, and somewhere in there you might have to click like see more or something. That's where it'll be. He helped confirm with me that yes, detonation, yes, I have a problem. Wide open throttle seems fine. It does seem in that seem to be detonating in lower throttle positions, so I've ordered a heap of parts to tune it, and we're going to try up on the Pilot, and we're going to try bigger needle jets, because these Mikunis have jets that are interchangeable, same as changing out the needle. So we'll see what we can have a play around with and get it tuned from there. Hopefully get this thing not running stinking stupid hot, not detonating, but still doing the brat dut dut dut, and yeah, excellent. Hopefully. So I've sort of told a lie, it seems. I'm no longer going to continue this video on this bike and tuning it. I'm going to put that stuff, that happenings, into another video. The main thing of this video is, it runs. It's still possibly able to be started. I may not have totally destroyed it yet, but kind of ran out of time, got other things to do. Bike's currently run out of rego, so I can't take it for any test rides without loading it up and going out into the bush, and it's too much effort for what I want to do. So I'm going to wrap this video up, and somewhere in the future working on the actual bike, that bike over there, which hopefully will be here instead now. I'm very keen for that. Let's just get onto that, and when we tune this bike and get it running, it'll be a surprise. Hey, solved all the problems. Yeah. But it's not for now. For now, it is bike runs. Good job. Back to the original goal. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.